personally, but
I like to be different. That's all.
So if you're using extra camera, then what's in the PC, just upside down the camera, like this.
Do what?
If you're using
Just turn it upside down?
additional camera.
We're officially live. We've
Yes,
got one
that's it.
person in our group here that's got an upside down camera.
Yeah.
Caroline is upside down for us today because she's just kind of hanging around.
Yeah, just hanging in.
Just hanging around. But while she works on that, let's talk about what we're going to do today. But before we get started, let me just do a reminder for everybody that when we get started, you definitely want to try to mute your microphones, because what happens is when I'm speaking and then you speak, it grabs the microphone for me and people can't hear me. So just mute your mics. Does that mean you can never ask a question? Nope, you can ask questions. Just make sure when I'm on screen and teaching that you save your questions for when I come back to you guys and look in your eyeballs. And I'll tell you, let me look at your eyeballs and you guys can ask questions. Make sure that the questions are directly related to what we're working on at that moment. If it's a different question than what we're working on, that's okay. Just put it in your parking lot and we'll actually answer that at the end when we're all done. Okay, so we want to stay on track and definitely keep focused on Fiverr gigs, because we decided to make this a 5-day session instead of 7. So we got to hump along to make sure we get everything in, okay? So those are kind of the housekeeping rules while we keep working together in our Fiverr class. And the next thing I want to do is let you guys know what we're going to be covering today. So today we're going to do one of the most basic gigs, and it is actually a very effective gig, and that is the SEO on-page tool. We're going to do a report, and we're going to play with that a little bit to see what we can do, because never go in and create a gig without making sure you test, retest, and test again what you're giving them. Because if you don't test, retest, and test again, you may claim that you can do something, and then in reality, you're like, whoops, I can't do that. I don't know why I said I could do that. So you test, retest, and test again to make sure we can do everything that we promised that we can do for the Fiverr gig. Now, you guys heard Simone yesterday when she said that ratings and when they leave those testimonials and the ratings, that's what's going to get you to be able to go further and do more with Fiverr. So we test before we do. So we're going to do the test on the SEO on-page tool. So we can run a report today, look at what it gives us, figure out how we're going to capture that and how we're going to deliver it to the customer. So we're going to go through all the steps of using that SEO on-page report tool and figuring out how we can deliver it to the customer. And then we'll actually go in and create the gig. Okay. So hold on a second while I wipe my nose, because my nose is running like a crazy faucet today. We've got honeysuckle coming in here, and honeysuckle wreaks havoc with everybody's. Even if you don't have allergies, it wreaks havoc. So pardon me while I sniffle a little bit. And so before we get started, I want to make sure that if you have any questions about yesterday, you can go ahead and ask them. So I'm going to open the floor for any questions from yesterday and what we experienced with the lovely Simone, what she shared with us. So any questions about yesterday? Nope, no questions. You guys are ready, aren't you? Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right, let's go. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to go into the Builderall account. And let me get this little thing to stop showing here. And I'm logged into one of my test accounts, which is great. So this is my Tabitha account. She's actually one of my daughters. And I'm going to go into the apps area right here. And I'm going to go into SEO on-page report tool. So I'm going to click right there. And we're going to bring that bad boy up. Now, let's read everything on this page to make sure we understand what we can do first. So it says, get your site ranking. Just add your keyword and the URL of your content and hit send. Your content will be analyzed and you will get suggestions to improve your ranking chances. All right, guys, you've got some really good content right there to add as a description of your Fiverr gig, right? One of the things that I found the hardest was, what do I say in my gig? Well, here's part of it right here. You can actually take all of this information and include that into the description. So we know we got some words we can use. The next one right here is keyword. So we're going to put the keyword of the page that we're looking at right here, and then the URL. So what we know we can do with the customer is say, you give us the keyword and the URL, and we'll give you an SEO report that is has the content analyzed, and will give you suggestions on improving your SEO ranking. Okay, so we already are starting to formulate what we can put into the description of our gig, right? So we can explain to the customer, give us your keyword and the URL of the page that you want evaluated, and we will give you an analysis of that content on that page, and you'll get suggestions on how to improve your ranking. Okay, so now let's go ahead and test it out. So I'm going to go ahead and put a keyword in here, and I did this a little bit earlier. So I want to run social media. Those are the keyword. That's the keyword, right? It's more than one word, but that's okay. Social media is the keyword that I'm searching for. And then for the URL, I'm going to go to socialmediaexplosion.com. This is one of my websites that I actually built myself, and it's a product that I sell. So there's the keyword, there's the URL. If I was the customer, this is exactly what I would have given you, is social media and then socialmediaexplosion.com. So now I'm going to click the send button, and we'll wait to see what it comes up with. And so here's the full report, okay? And if I scroll down, I see this first layer right here, and it tells me that I've got an H1 title. I've got no URLs. It gives me a bunch of information right here, but it explains it better down here. So it gave me a B grade. So I got a B on my on the ranking ability of my page, and it explains all that right here. So after reviewing your page for provided keywords, we will assign you a letter grade, and an A would mean that your keyword appears in 90 to 100% of the tool's parameters. A C is 70 to 80%, and then the higher grade, the better the target. And then it has an overview right here. And remember, we can put this in our description. So we can say that this report will give an overview on critical factors, high relevance factors, moderate relevance factors, low relevance factors, and optional factors. Okay, so it gives you a ranking of those. And then down below, it gives you a detailed page analysis. And then you can take a look at some of these things. And if I click read more, it expands this area. And read more, it expands that area. And I'm just going to keep expanding. So I'm going to bore you with clicking. So I'm going to go down here and read more and read more and read more and read more. Oh my gosh, this is boring, boring, boring. But it's part of what you have to do. So read more and read more and read more. And I'm going to keep clicking, read more, read more. And as I'm doing this, I'm looking at what it's telling me that it's going to, what I have to do to make my site better. Okay, so read more, read more. Oh my gosh, this is boring. Read more, read more. So this is probably the thing that takes the longest to do, is clicking the read more buttons. And I don't think we have an expand all button, which would be great, but we don't have it. And then read more and read more and read more and read more and read more. Okay, so now I have everything expanded, so I can see the entire report. And I want you to notice that some of these boxes are unchecked. That means that that's an issue. And then an exclamation point means it's a major issue, okay? So as I scroll through, I can see that there's lots of check marks, so that's good. But then several that are unchecked, and then I think there's just a couple that have the exclamation point, as in that's super duper important. Okay, so I'm scrolling back up and I'm seeing this full report. So this is a great report that I can give out as a $5 gig. But how on earth do I grab it and give it to them, right? Everything's expanded. How do I grab it and give it to them? So then that answer to that is you have to have a good screen capture tool. And there are screen capture tools that'll capture the entire page, but you don't really want to capture the entire page, because then it's going to say Builderall on it. And you may not want to brand yourself as Builderall, because you don't want them just going to do Builderall and doing their own SEO on-page reports and then selling them on Fiverr too. So you want to capture it yourself without the Builderall branding, and then you can actually brand yourself. So the way I do that is I just do it through a Google extension called Fireshot. That's what this is right here. It's called Fireshot. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And you have several different options. I use capture selection. So I'm going to click that, and it gives me the crosshairs so I can start deciding what area on the page I want to capture. And I just want to capture starting right here at the SEO on-page report tool. So I'm going to start clicking and dragging. And then I'm going to scroll down, but I'm going to use my scroll wheel so I can capture the whole thing. Okay, so I'm just going to keep scrolling and keep scrolling. And oh my gosh, that's a lot of information. But I'm going to keep scrolling and keep scrolling until I get to the end. And then the area on the left-hand side, I'm going to try to make it the same area on the right-hand side for the box space. So outside of the box, I'm about that far. So on the right-hand side, I'm about that far. So I'm going to go ahead and unclick. And now it's taking a picture of everything that I highlighted, and it's going to put it into a box right here. So I can scroll down and take a look and make sure I got all of it. Oh my gosh, that's fabulous. So now I've got a great item here that is definitely worth $5. And I can choose to save this as an image or save it as a PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and actually choose both, so that might be the bonus that I offer my people, is that I offer to save it as an image, but I can also give them a PDF version as well. So let me go ahead and save it as an image. And it's, I have to allow it. And so now I'm going to name it. So I'm going to put it over here in document. So D. And we'll go into, actually I'll go into Builderall. And we'll go to boot camps. And we'll make a new folder for Fiverr gigs. And we'll put this in here as a social media explosion, SEO report. And that's the PNG version. So that's saved. And now I'm going to save it to PDF. And I'll do the same thing, social. Oops, I want to find the folder I want to put it in, because it needs to be in the same place. So Builderall and boot camps and Fiverr gigs and social media explosion SEO report. So same name. One is a PNG file, which is an image, and the other one is a PDF file. So I'm going to click save. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at both of those, because I want to make sure what they look like and are they acceptable to send to a customer. So I'm going to go ahead and open the PNG and take a look at that one. And you can see right here, it's a very long PNG. They'd have to like zoom way up to actually see the image. But the good thing is that they could actually cut up this image however they want to and use it however they want to. So there's the image. And you can see it captured everything exactly like it was supposed to be. So yes. And I'm going to close that, and I'm going to take a look at the PDF. So I'm going to click on that, open it up, and we'll scroll down and take a look at what it did. Looks really good, actually. It put it all on one page. So it's a one-page, really long PDF, but it's all there and absolutely fabulous. So this, you can see that this is going to be a fast tool to be able to use to be able to create a gig. So let me go ahead and stop sharing real quick. I want to look at your eyeballs and see if you have any questions or any comments so far. So hang on just a second. Let me promote people, and then raise your hand if you have a question. Jackie, go ahead.
I was just wondering, maybe it's got nothing to do with this, but what if a client asks you which page of the website should be optimized? Normally they will give you the home page, But is it necessary to do the whole website's pages?
Yeah, if you want to do the whole website, it has to be every page. It's going to have every single page and what you can do for SEO to make that page rank better.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. But that most times they'll give you their homepage because that's where they want them to hit first anyway. Okay. Aurelie?
$5 for every other page.
That's right. That's right. $5 for every page. Aurelie, go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Just the question is about the SEO report. You have to put only one keyword.
Yes.
Can we have this? If the person, when you put the offers, you will go for one keyword, or you can have many keywords, because most of the time when you are doing some SEO, you have at least 2 or 3 keywords regarding the website. So you have to do one report per keyword.
One report per keyword. That's right.
So when you're selling for one website or one page of the website for one keyword of this unique page.
That's right.
So each time the person wants a different report will be a different page, because here I saw that you put a generic, like the home page, the overall picture of the website. But then for some instance, if you want to dig into, so you can sell it for a different keyword with the same website.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, each time you have to, each time is it a separate offer, or is it a sell at the same time? How do you sell it?
We can do an upsell and say, the main sale is for one keyword, right?
Yeah.
And then do an upsell and say for $10, we'll do 3 keywords.
Okay. And then, for instance, if now we have this report and now they know what's happening on their site, and they say, maybe we can offer a different offer to support them going further down into helping them to rank their website. But in order to be able to offer something else to help them to have a better SEO, we have to be able to have the website somewhere to work on it. Or how can you, because this is an offer which appeal on something else behind. It's just, why would you offer a SEO offer just to telling them what's wrong? Okay, but then after, what's next? You have to have another offer to be able to support them in ranking opportunities.
Not necessarily. They're gonna either use this information themselves if they're doing their own SEO, or they're going to give it to their webmaster and say, here's the things that we need to fix to allow for better ranking in SEO. So it doesn't necessarily mean you are the one that has to fix the problems that are pulled up.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Great.
Yep. Terry? Oh, no, you were just waving? All right. Any other questions, you guys? So let's run through this again, and let's see how fast we can actually do this, okay? This is another test you need to run, is how fast can we actually create this entire gig for an individual. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot while I do the run. I'm just going to do the run, okay? So here's what I want to do. I want one person to raise their hand for a website that they have, and I want your keyword and the URL. Jackie, go.
The keyword is cake decorating.
Okay, hold on just a second. Let me write it down. Cake decorating, and the URL?
It's cakecraftstudio.com.
SKYCROSS.com?
No, Cake Craft Studio.
Type it in so I can get it exactly right, Jackie, because I'm not real sure.
There you go.
Got it. Thank you. Cake Craft Studio. All right, so this is the information that I would get from Jackie on the
But
gig.
sorry, there's a backslash as well.
Oh,
Blog.
okay.
/blog. BLOG.
Got it. So cakecraftstudio.com/blog.
Yes.
Okay, fabulous. So what I would do, you guys, remember when we went in through the setup yesterday and we just kind of flew through a gig to see what a gig is like? At the end, we had to set up the questions that we would ask our people when they finished paying for the gig, right? And we would ask them, I need the keyword, one keyword, and then you might give examples of what a keyword is. And I need the exact URL of the page that you want researched. Okay, so those are the two things I need from the customer. So we're going on the fact that Jackie just bought my gig. She filled out the information. So I have the keyword and I have the page. And now it's time to run the gig. So I want to make sure that you guys see how fast I can do this and see if $5 is worth it. Okay, you ready? Let's do it. I'm going to share my screen. Somebody time me. Starting, wait, don't start. Let me go to a clean page. I'm going to close that and close that. And I'm going to close that. And oops, I'm not going to do that. And there we go. Right there. And let me go to a brand new Builderall. I've logged in. We're at the very, very beginning. All right, somebody time me. Starting now. All right, so I'm going to go to apps and I'm going to go to SEO on page report. I'm not going to rush because you guys want to be relaxed when you're doing this. So I'm going to type in cake decorating and then http:// cakecraftstudio.com/blog. And that looks perfect. So I'm going to click send. And here's the results. And we got a D grade, but we don't care what the grade is. All we care about is what the report says. So I'm going to click to do the read more. This is, to me, the part that probably takes the longest. Read more, read more, read more, read more, read more. There we go. There we go. Shelly is fantastic at clicking read more. I should get paid to do that. That's really good. All right, so read more, read more, read more, read more, read more, read more. And here we go. Almost done. There we go. We go. There we go. Couple more. Read more. Read more. Read more. Read more. Read more. Read more. Doing good so far. Read more. Read more. Read more, read more, and read more. Oh my gosh, we did it. So let me go back and make sure I didn't miss any. So I got minimize, 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 minimize. This is the important thing. You want to test, double check, double check, double check. Make sure I got them all expanded. Okay, so I believe now I am ready to go ahead and get my screenshot of everything. So it looks like I got it all. So the next step is get the screenshot. So I'm going to go to Fireshot and click selection.
Just coming up on 2 minutes.
Great. Oh my gosh, we're doing great. So here we go. That's fantastic, you guys. We're rocking it. So there is my screenshot. Doink. It's capturing everything for me. Fabulous. And I'm going to save it as an image. And I'll go into the right folder. So Builderall and boot camps and Fiverr gigs. And this is Cake Craft Studio. Let's see, what do I want to name it? Cake decorating image. We'll just leave it like that. Cake decorating, Cake Craft Studio, PNG image, and then we'll do the same thing here, PDF. We gotta find the folder to put it in. So Builderall, and boot camps, and Fiverr gigs, and Cake Craft Studio, and we'll take the PNG off. and then save. And we now have both of our things. I got to take a look at the PNG and we'll expand it. Make sure everything looks okay. So there we go. And go up and down a little bit to make sure everything looks okay. Looks like we got everything in there. Fabulous. So that's that one. I'm happy with that. And we'll look at the PNG. And we'll scroll down to make sure everything looks okay. Didn't cut anything off or make it look wonky or anything like that. So there we go. Okay, everything looks great. So that's it. The next step would be probably about a minute more to deliver those files
4 minutes.
on Fiverr. Great. So about 5 minutes total to do $5. So we're talking about $1 a minute. If you could pull off, I don't know how many, in 60 minutes, that would be, how many of those would that be? That would be a lot. 12, right? So if you could pull off just 10 of those, just 10 times $5 is $50 an hour. So that's pretty good. I mean, that's good money, right? Yeah. So this is an example of how you test it first. Okay. Nobody, I want to put a warning in here right now. Nobody put a gig up before testing it first. Okay. Nobody put a gig up before testing it really well first. Because you want to make sure you don't ruin your rating right away. Right. So make sure you test, and retest. Now let's talk about
what's a giga? Sorry, Shelly.
A gig is the actual action that you're going to do for the people when they pay you $5. So in this case, the gig was creating the SEO report.
D'accord. So okay. you don't do it. You said I didn't understand. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Never do a gig. Put up a gig without testing it first. What we did exactly here was testing to see exactly what we had to do, exactly how long it takes, exactly what the end product is going to be. So now we have a clear idea of what product we're giving to the customer. And so now we can put together a description much better, right? Instead of guessing.
Okay,
we've been all the way through it and you know exactly what you're going to give them. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
To me, this is, in my opinion, you guys, this is to me the number one thing you need to do before you put a gig up is test it. Because obviously if you're saying, I'm going to do a 4-page website, whatever you want, 4 pages, whatever you want. And then you start getting into the gig and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting $5 for 2 hours, 4 hours of work, right? So you have to go through and test it and see if what you're doing is worth the $5 that you're getting. Correct? I don't know about you guys, but I don't like working for pennies an hour. I just don't. So test, retest, and test again. That's the motto of today. All right, so now let's talk about what we want to put into the description of this gig, right? Because we've now gone through the entire thing. Now we need to start thinking about what is it really that we're offering people when we put this gig together. So I'm going to go ahead and open a notepad and we're going to go in and make some notes and see if we can put something together as far as a gig description. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And there's our report right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and use it to help me come up with a description. So it is the SEO on-page report tool. So every single one of the gigs start with I will. They all start with I will. So I think we're going to just brainstorm what we want to call this. So I will create a SEO on-page report using your keyword and URL of a specific page. Okay, I don't know if it'll take all that, but that's the beginning of what we want to use for the main title. And now we need to come up with a description. Okay, so I think right here was a really good explanation of what we are providing. So in the description, I can say something like, get your site ranked better in the search engines by analyzing and correcting your SEO on each page of your website. Let's see, by purchasing this gig, we will analyze your page for a specific keyword and give you suggestions on improving your ranking. All right, so far so good. And then I'm going to go right here to the overview, and I'm going to say the report will include critical factors, high relevance factors, moderate relevance factors, low relevance factors, and optional factors. And then we can say something like, the report will also include a letter grade to indicate the current SEO. That'll indicate the current SEO relevance. And A signifies your keyword appears in 90 to 100% of our tools reports parameters. A C signifies that your keyword appears in 70 to 80% of the reports parameters. There we go. So there we go. And each relevance factor is broken out into how your page score and how you can correct if it is deficient. All right, so we got all of that. Let's see if there's anything else that I can write down there. I think that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and I want you guys to take a look at that. It's just a real basic description. Take a look at that and see if there's anything in there that we could actually make better. So I'm going to stop sharing. And you guys tell me, is that a pretty good description of what that report does? Brad?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's really good. That's a lot of really awesome information. Fiverr is kind of weird though in the way it breaks up where you can put your text. So you'll have to play with the cut and paste and kind of make it fill, and they do limit you on your text.
Yeah, I think that it was 1,600 words.
Yeah, and where they have you drop that information, you'll have to play with it a little bit, but the confidence.
Yep. Also at the end, I'm going to put at the end, the very end of it, we will deliver for you a PDF document explaining all of the above elements for SEO on your page. Okay, so that's what we'll deliver. So, so let me read it all out for you so you guys can hear it, and you can let me know if there's something wonky in there. So the title, I will create an SEO on-page report using your keyword and URL of a specific page. And then the description, get your site ranked better in the search engines by analyzing and correcting your SEO on each page of your website. By purchasing this gig, we will analyze your page for a specific keyword and give you suggestions on improving your ranking. The report will include critical factors, high relevance factors, moderate relevance factors, low relevance factors, and optional factors. The report will also include a letter grade to indicate the current SEO relevance. An A signifies your keyword appears in 90 to 100% of our report's parameters. A C signifies that your keyword appears in 70 to 80% of our report's parameters. Each relevance factor is broken out into how your page scored and how you can correct it if it is deficient. We will deliver for you a PDF document explaining all of the above elements for your SEO on your page. What do you think? Too technical? No? Right on. Okay. If you guys think so, I'm happy with it. If you're happy with it, there's probably a couple things that I would do, you guys. You can have gigs that are like the same thing, but the wording is different. I might do this one. To me, the description is pretty technical, so I might do actually one gig that has this technical description, and then another gig that's very similar that would have a less technical description. So it would be similar gigs, but explained differently. So if I caught somebody that was a really technical person, they would go, wow, look at all these factors they're testing for. And then the other person that catches that maybe less technical would go, oh, okay, they're just doing an SEO on page report. I need that. So I might do two of them, one technical and one not. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. So now we've got our title and we've got a description. So let's go ahead and talk about the next things that we need. When we went through and filled out our thing before, we actually needed some images, right? So let's see if we can capture a few images that will help us to just kind of do better with our gig. So maybe we can capture a part of the report. So let's go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. And I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to see if it'll work. So right here, maybe we can get this area right here. So we've got a check mark and then not check mark. So I'm going to go ahead and do a screen capture. So I'm going to do Firefox and oh, it's not going to do on this page. So I'm just going to do this screen capture right here, which is PC. This is a snipping tool on the PC. So it's a little bit different. And I can't use it if I am scrolling, but if I'm not scrolling, I can. So I'm going to capture that area. And the reason I'm capturing that area is because there's a check mark there, so it says what you did right, and then no check mark there, so it says what you need to do. So I'm going to right click and save as, and we'll go into the Builderall, Bootcamps, Fiverr gigs, and we'll do this image 1. There we go. And then let me scroll up again, see if I can find anything else that I want to take an image of. So let's see, we'll do snippet again and see if I can capture this one right here. Like that. Fabulous. And we'll right click and save as, and image 2. And let's see, anything else that I want to do. Any other area you guys think I should grab? I don't know if this will work. I hear somebody breathing. You guys got some input? Somebody's thinking about it. All right, so there we go. And we'll right click and save as, and image 3. Fabulous. All right, so we have 3 images. I have no idea if these images are going to work for Fiverr and the size that they need, but at least we've got our images and we could try them out. So the next step, I think, is to jump in and start figuring out if we can put this into Fiverr. So any questions before we jump into Fiverr and actually start adding this gig in? Any questions? Are you guys ready? You guys all look like no questions, Shelly. Oh my God, jump in. Jackie, go ahead.
I was just thinking now, if a client is doing this whole SEO thing with the URL, and he says he wants you to run it the second time after you've actually made the changes, are you going to charge him again the same amount, or can you use it as a bonus to maybe make it a little bit less because you've done it before?
That'd be a fabulous bonus, don't you think? That'd be a fabulous bonus. Yeah, that absolutely would be a fabulous bonus. So you can give it to them with a message that says, let me know when you fix these changes, and I'll make sure to run this again so you can check it and to see if you've solved all the SEO issues. So yeah, to me, that would be an absolutely fabulous bonus, and that would put you ahead of the crowd for sure. Well done. I love the way you think, Jackie. That's part of that, that thing of under promise and over deliver. And to me, that one thing would be such a great addition that you would get those 5 stars every time, and you would get that good rating. You would get a lot of sales. They would come back to you for more pages, I'm sure. And you would have some pretty loyal customers. So yeah, that's great. So good thinking for sure. All right, any other questions or comments before we go on to Fiverr? All right, so let's go ahead and jump on Fiverr. Oh, sorry, Terry, I'm sorry. You got a question, Terry?
I just had, not knowing what, I guess you're going to answer that as we get into it. Let me hold off because I do have some ideas about those images, but I'm not sure what we can put into Fiverr.
We'll actually see for sure when we get in there, okay?
Yeah, because my thinking is I would have probably cropped that a little bit differently and not use the SEO tool.
Right.
The image. Okay.
I agree. Also, another thing you can do, guys, is you've got 3 images. So if I had more time, I would take you into like Canva or GIMP or something like that and make sure that one of those images brands me, right? Not necessarily just the tool, but brands me. So I would have an image that has my company name, like Builderall Diva SEO reports. And it would have a picture of the diva. And it would have, you know, find me on Fiverr or something like that. So it would have a great image of me that's branded to me and what I'm doing on Fiverr. So that would be one of my images for sure, so I could brand myself. But unfortunately, we don't have time to actually go in and create one of those. So I've just grabbed 3 random pictures, but always have one of those pictures to brand you. Okay, always. All right, so let's, any more questions or comments? That was a really good point, Terry. Really, really good. All right, let's jump in, guys, and do Fiverr, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go over here to Fiverr. And let me let this little thing disappear, fiverr.com. Woohoo. And here I am in Fiverr, and I'm already logged in as myself. There I am right there. And I'm going to switch to selling. And here we go. It says enroll now. Bum, 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 bum. Here's my gigs. And there's my gig that is paused, right? Remember, we created a gig yesterday, but we paused it because we didn't want that actually running. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new gig. So I'm going to click this button. And here's the gig title. I will, and then it says do something I'm really good at. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my form here, and I'm going to copy. And I don't know if this will all fit, but we're going to try. And it says too long. We're about 6 characters too long. So let's take a look. I will create a SEO. How about I will create an SEO report using your keyword and page URL link So that makes it really a lot shorter. So I've got, I will create a SEO report using your keyword and page URL. And look at that, it says just perfect. We just couldn't get any better than that. That's really good. So, so I've got that in there. And now I need to look for a category. So I'm gonna click down here and let me see if SEO is an option. So SEO, could that be graphics and design, digital marketing? And it actually gave us right here, digital marketing, arrow SEO. So I'm going to click that and it puts it in there for me. So that's fabulous. Then the service type is page optimization. That's fabulous. So there's page optimization and then search tags. We get 5 of them. So we can say SEO, SEO page report. Fabulous. SEO report. SEO, how about page SEO? And one more. Oh my gosh, this is really hard. Digital marketing. We'll just say that that's perfect. So those are our 5 items, and we want to make sure that in the search tags, you guys, you use all 5 items. Don't only do 1. Don't shortchange yourself. You get 5, use 5. And then right here it says, please note some categories require that sellers verify their skills. So I don't think in this area we're going to have to verify our skills, but we'll find out. So now I'm going to click Save and Continue. And it says the title can contain letters and numbers only. So I got a period right here. So I'm going to take that out. And then Save and Continue. This title can only capitalize 1 word. Oh, okay. So we'll do SEO. And we'll do URL. There we go. And now we'll, you know, they lied. They said it was just perfect, but then they go back and say you got to fix it. All right, so I'm going to do Save and Continue. And so my changes are saved. And now it's going to take me to the next step. So this step, I'm starting to describe what I'm going to be giving out. So I'm going to do, for the name of the package, SEO page report. Page keyword. Here we go, SEO page keyword report. So describe the details of the offering, okay? So let me go back to my notepad and we'll grab all of this and see what it does. Ta-da! And get your site ranked better. Oh, I guess it has to be a lot shorter. It says summarize what this package offers. So get your site ranked better in the search engines by analyzing and connecting your SEO on each page. Okay, I actually like that. Whew. All right, so delivery time. I'm going to deliver it in 5 days. That's a long time, so they'll pay extra if they want it faster. The number of pages, 1. Title optimization. So this says, optimize web page titles to help search engines understand what the page is about. H1, H2, H3 tags, that's not included. None of this is what we're going to do as far as services. So I don't want to check mark any of those. So keyword search is 1, and the price is going to be $5. Okay. So I'm going to do on here, I'm going to change this description. I'm going to say a comprehensive SEO report based on 1 keyword and 1 page. Or how about 1 page and 1 keyword? There we go. Okay, so we've got the description of SEO page keyword report, comprehensive SEO report based on 1 page and 1 keyword, 5 days delivery, 1 page, 1 keyword, $5. So now we can do gig extras. So this is where we decide if we want to do any extra stuff. So we can do additional keywords. So I'm going to check mark that and see what options we have. So I'll charge $5 extra for 2 more keywords. So they're going to get double their value if they want 2 more keywords. So there we go. And I think that's $5 more. So set the price for every additional keyword researched. So there we go. $5 for 2 more keywords. So extra fast delivery, I definitely want to offer that. So I'll deliver in only 2 days for an extra $5, right? I can do that. I think I can accomplish that. So title optimization, this is where we optimize the web titles to help search engines understand what it's about. If I check mark that for an extra blah, blah dollars, and we're not going to do title. We're not doing this. We're not fixing this. So I'm not going to fix their title. I'm not going to fix their tags. I'm not going to fix their meta description. I'm not going to fix their image tags. I'm not going to work with their schema. So right now what I have is the additional keywords added if they want additional keywords, and fast delivery if they want fast delivery. And then the only offer I have is the basic offer. Once you get a little bit bigger and do more jobs, you can have a basic gig, intermediate gig, and an advanced gig. And you can charge different prices starting off for those gigs. But right now you've only got 1 gig available. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go down to the bottom, and I'm going to click Save and Continue. And here's where we put our description. So we've got a maximum of 1,200 characters. I said 1,600. I was like totally wrong. We've got 1,200. So I'm going to go in here, and now I'm going to actually copy and paste, and we'll see how it turns out. So there we go. So it says everything that we talked about, get your site ranked better, blah, 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 blah. We will deliver for you a PDF document explaining all of the above elements for SEO on your page. So I think that we've got it pretty much explained. And then I'll put, you will be required to submit your keyword, for example, social media, or cake decorating. You will also be required to submit your URL for the page you want analyzed. There you go. So now we have clearly stated that we're going to have the keyword that they want and the URL that they want analyzed. So they know that it's a page, okay? So frequently asked questions, I'm going to go ahead and skip that. I don't think that I need to answer any frequently asked questions. It's going to be pretty plain. And right here, I'm going to change this a little bit, a C, because it just looks like it's AC, and then an A. Here we go. So that kind of separates them out. An A signifies this, and a C signifies this. So I think hopefully we've been really clear on our report. So now I'm going to, does anybody have any changes? Do you see any changes that you think I need to make? Going once?
Question. This is Donna Bonaparte.
Hey, Donna.
When you were on that other page and it said at the bottom, add gig extra or something like that on the previous page, could you have put $10 if they wanted in the next 6 hours? You can keep bumping that. Okay.
Yep. All right. Yep. Absolutely. Those are your extras. So you decide. I'm not sure if it'll go 6 hours, Donna. I think they have it broken into days. So if you wanted to offer it in 1 day, you could offer it in 1 day.
Okay.
I don't think it goes by hours.
Thank you.
Sure. Now I'm going to go to save and continue. I'm so excited. This is really exciting. All right. So it says, tell your buyer what you need. So I want, please submit your keyword that you want us to analyze for your page. Actually, no. I want to do that second. So I'm going to copy that. Put that on the notepad. There we go. And I'll do this one as please submit your page. Hold on a second. There we go. Got it. You guys watch your microphones for me, please. Please submit your page URL to be analyzed. And free text, the answer is mandatory and add. And the next one, add another requirement, and that was on the notepad right here. Please submit your keyword that you want us to analyze for your page. And free text, answer is mandatory, and add. So we've now got 2 things that we need on there. We need the URL that's to be analyzed, and we need the keyword that they need to have analyzed. So you guys give me input. Is that clear enough so that they understand that we need the URL and the keyword? Yes, no, maybe? I hear nothing, so I think you guys are okay with it. Okay. Well, we'll know if they submit the wrong thing. We can go in there and edit that for sure. So let's go ahead and go to save and continue. And now we need to put in this information. So the first thing it says is a gig video. And honestly, if I had time, we would shoot a video to say, hey, I'm Shelly, and I'm so excited because I want to offer you the ability to evaluate and analyze your page for SEO for a specific keyword. I'm super excited about what I can do for you, and this report will help you in configure your page to rank better on Google. So I would just do a real quick video like that, and I would actually put it up there. So because we don't have that available, we're not going to do that. But we do have some gig images that we can do. So I'm going to click Browse, and we'll see if we can find those. So Data and Builderall and Bootcamps and Fiverr. And here's some of our images right here. So I'll just grab that, and I'll grab that. And it says the minimum dimension should be 550 by 370. So we'll grab the other one and see if that fits. Probably won't. Nope, not big enough. So the only one we could drag is this one right here. So right here is the star. So this is actually the primary image for the gig, which is like not good at all. So I would definitely want to have 2 more images for sure, you guys, on what you do for this gig. The first primary image should be branding you and what you're doing. And then the second 2 should just be supplemental images that reinforce that you're doing a Fiverr gig that's collecting the SEO information. So definitely we'll change that. It's just beginning, we'll change it. And then gig PDFs. And I don't want to give away my PDF. And I'm going to stop sharing for just a second because I want you to understand why. I have a full PDF, right, that we created together. But if I put that PDF up there, they'll see everything that I'm testing for and the solution for it. And you don't want to give that away. That you need to not give that full PDF away, right? Because they could go through somebody else's PDF report and they can see, oh, okay, I need to make sure this happens in my H1. I need to make sure this one happens on all my images. I mean, it tells you everything that you need to do, whether it's on your page or not. You've got a full list of everything that needs to be fixed. So I would never put the full PDF as a way to show them what I'm doing, because it pretty much gives away the farm and they don't need you. So don't put the PDF up there, okay? If you want a PDF, then I would maybe put a PDF together of like the services that are in like the elements that you're testing for. So describe some of the elements of what they're going to get in the report and put that into a nice PDF and put it up there. And that will explain what you're doing. Okay, you can use Canva to do that. And just look on that report, that on-page report tool, and look at a report and see some of the things that they're saying you need to watch for. And what the, let me go in and show you because I'm explaining it too hard and I want to make sure you understand. So let me go into the actual image. So right here. So this one, I can't see it because I'm blind. So let's do it like this. And we'll enlarge it like this. So right here, we've got explanations of these elements. So you might say exact keyword usage in document. no more than one, no, we didn't lose that one. Sufficient quantity of characters in content. Appropriate characters in the URL. So you can list those in a PDF document as a way to explain some of the things that are going to appear on the final report. So that can be just a PDF document that explains what they're going to see on the report, but not necessarily the explanation of those things, right? That way you're not giving away the farm. Terry, I think you might have a question, and then I'll go to Caroline.
Yes, I was wondering if we took a screenshot before we opened up the read more and ran the report, would that give the description of what we're offering in that kind of format?
It might, yeah, I think it would, but I think then you're still, to be honest, yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't do it. I'd be too worried that it would just be too much information. And then they're going to go through and go, well, I already know about that, and I already know about that, and I already know about that. So you want to keep it kind of vague, right? And you pluck out the ones you want to put in your PDF, and don't put them in any kind of specific order, like the same exact order that's on the report, so that maybe in alphabetical order or something like that, so that they can see some of the things that you're giving, but you're still not giving away the farm. Because remember, $5 is not very much. And people are, I do this too. I'm going into Fiverr to get the most I can for $5. And if I look and you're giving me the whole thing of what you're doing, I might kind of look at it and go, yeah, I really don't want to pay for that. I'll look for somebody else. They might have a better gig. So just kind of keep it vague. Again, the description is where we want to be specific, but the images don't have to be so specific. And also remember that there's other people on Builderall that are giving away this report. So you're trying to stand apart from them, not necessarily look just like them. So even that image that I put on there just a minute ago, I actually would not put that on there. I would create all brand new images that did not look like anything like the SEO report tool, so that it sets me apart from somebody in Builderall that's doing the same thing. Because what's going to happen is they're going to see somebody doing the on-page report, and then they're going to see you doing the on-page report, and it's the same images, and they're going to go, oh my God, they're doing the same thing. I'll just pick one or the other, whoever has the higher ranking, if I want to use them. So you want to set yourself apart, and I'm not saying you're lying to them. I'm saying you're just going to look different is all it is, because you're trying to be set apart from them. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, Caroline, let me get to you, and then I'll jump to Gabriel and Kanan.
I was just thinking, sorry.
Hold on, Kanan.
Hello, shall I proceed?
No, hold on just a second. I've got Caroline and then Gabriel and then you, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead, Caroline.
When you were talking about doing the kind of list of, well, we do X number of keywords and we do this and we do that, instead of trying to break it down like that, perhaps a simpler way would be we offer, a 17 point or,
yes,
X number of points in this report. So
absolutely,
they understand that they're getting a huge amount of value for that.
Absolutely. That's a fabulous idea. So you could go through that list, count how many points it's actually pulling out, and put that number in there. That's a fabulous description. And that would probably be my non-technical one, where I'd say we have a 52,000 point report that we're going to get you, and it's going to describe many different elements that are SEO important or SEO critical, and it will help you improve your SEO for Google rankings. So you want to keep it simple and down to earth. So that's why I was saying that I would probably do that technical one and then try to do something like exactly what you're saying. Just don't even talk about the technical stuff. Just say, hey, we're doing this report. Do you want it?
Exactly.
We don't want to confuse people too bad, but that was a fabulous, fabulous point. I think Gabriel was next.
Yeah, thank you, Shelley. I got a question, a suggestion, an idea, a deja vu, and I know I'm going to get in trouble, but I'll ask it anyway.
Okay. Am I going to have to beat you over the internet? Gabriel, what do you think?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe everybody's going to give me a round of applause for this. Anyway, Here's what I just got dawned to me. As you were going through that report, there's so much. This is such a hook. This is such an unbelievable gig. Unbelievable, I don't know what to call it, but let me get to the point. Once they get their report and they see all these check marks or, you know, because I ran my website, I got 0, I got an F. And I was like, whoa, I got to do all these things. Now they can come back. I can give them, hey, we can fix all these for you as a whatever idea. And now I'm sure 20% at least of the people, they're going to come back. Man, I got to fix all these things. Can you fix it?
And that's what Simone was saying, is she gets leads that way.
Right. And then here comes the bombshell. Can you do a boot camp on all that? We run the report, we go through everything, and we fix it. We run the report again, and you get a 10, and we all send you flowers.
Actually, I think I have an SEO boot camp coming. And
I don't see it on the, is there, what is it called? It's not on the list.
SEO, is it on there?
No, I don't see it.
Oh, well, we'll try to fit one in there then.
Yeah, so that would be great. So we'll run something that like a website that is F, right? And then we'll go through the whole thing, what you just saw. That's such an unbelievable thing, you know, if we go through that and fix everything, I mean, we can just focus on that and just like, we can all make.
That's true. And what you're going to see, Gabriel, is when you do this SEO on-page report and they get their report, they'll probably come back to you. Some of them, probably 5 to 10% of them, will come back to you and go, oh my gosh, I hate my webmaster. Can you just do the website for me? And that's an open door to actually get them on Builderall and create their site for them and charge them a fee, or let them create it on Builderall if they want to. And then you just support them as they work on building the site and SEO. So
we've got so many options. The only thing what I'm because that's, you know, how do we fulfill it? Fulfillment is going to be. So to me, some of the things I know how to do, some of the things I'm clueless. So enough on that one. The second question I had, and if you can fit it in, that would be awesome, Shelly.
Okay.
And if I do good on this, I will definitely make a vow that I'm going to send you flowers. I'll track you down. I will send you flowers. Second question.
You can avoid the flowers, just send chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay, even better. Easier. Now, the second question I have for you is this. I just saw another thing out there, and I'm looking through the site. I don't see it. And I had it on a different website, different tool. Do we have any option on running, doing the schema work with through Builderall?
No, I don't think we have the option to work with the schema. No.
Because that's a big tool also. That's a big one.
That's a big one. You're exactly right.
If you can pass that on to Eric, you know, that would be great.
I think we've talked about that before. There's several things on the website builder that we wish we had access to, and schema is one of them. There's a lot of us that would like to actually have access to like a CSS area so we can manage that differently. And I'm not sure how much of all of those are possible, but that's all been submitted by certified partners.
I have it through a different service, but it's $997 a year.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yowza. Yeah. It's crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Thank you, Shelly. You're great. Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right, Kanan, it's your turn.
Yeah. So I came up with 2 or 3 points. And the first point is that it is a suggestion. Like in Builderall itself, we have a very good platform to create very good animated videos, eye capture videos, and etc. So when using the video option for gigs, we can use that option, including branding us for the gigs and all, creating the video. That's only my suggestion.
But that's something very different, right? We're actually doing
Second thing, my primary question is that at the end of the preparation of gig, you made 2 mandatory fields like keyword and URL, right? So in our extra gig, we are having 3 keywords or 3 URLs. So how they will fill up this form if they have to take the extra options? Is there any other technique?
What will happen is they'll fill it out the first time and they'll have the keyword and the URL, and then you'll contact each other. You'll have to contact each other through Fiverr. And when you contact each other, you say, oh, I noticed that you purchased the 2 more keywords. So can you send me 2 more keywords and the page URLs for those? And if it's the same page URLs, that's fine too, right? Doesn't matter, but that's why you have the ability to contact them inside of Fiverr, so that if you don't get everything that you need, you can actually talk to them, they can talk to you, and that is actually very necessary. Even if you don't need additional information from them, you should always contact them and say, I got your information, I'm working on it, I'll deliver it in blah, blah days. Thank you so much for purchasing my gig. And that is, to me, one of the most critical things that you can do. And then when you get the gig done and you deliver, you make sure you message them again and say, here's the gig. If you have any questions or any issues, let me know. I'm available if you need me. And I would love for you to leave me a 5-star rating and a testimonial if you like my service. So you always want to be asking for the review, asking for the stars, and asking them to come back and use you again for the service. Those are all 3 things you want to have in your message to them at the very end. And then you always want to say, like if you allow revisions, let's say you're doing some graphics and you allow revisions, you want to remind them. Please remember that you've got 2 revisions that are allowed. So if you need a revision, please contact me and let's talk about the revision. So you want to help them to understand what all they have available with the gig. The more you do that, the higher rating you're going to get. I promise you they will. So communication is number 1. And because they will have bought those other 2 keywords, you'll just have to communicate with them and get their other keywords and URLs. Okay.
Second thing is that regarding the report, the PDF report we are generating, and what I'm asking is that the privacy policy issue with Fiverr, because if we generate the report, it is a blank report from the selection we took. What I'm thinking is that why can't we make it more professional, like with our signature, SEO analysis signature, and our address, logo, company logo, and etc. Make it more professional and send it. Is it legal to enter our name, address, and etc. in the PDF reports according to Fiverr?
Yeah, in fact, I encourage you to do that. So if you have the PDF report and you want to put your logo in the top corner to signify your company or your brand or whatever, just go into something like Canva and you can actually do that.
Yeah, I know that. What I'm asking is that can we write our name, address, and contact details in the PDF report or not according to Fiverr privacy policy?
That one I'm shaky on, because Fiverr is really picky about bringing them out of Fiverr. When you need to keep them into Fiverr, there's you'll have to do some research on that for me to see, because I'm not real sure if you're allowed to do that. You might be, but we'd have to check the terms of service to make sure. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think King George, did you have a question? No. Okay, I'm going to go up to Jackie.
I was just thinking about another upsell here. Once you've done this whole report for them and they get an F or whatever the case might be, and they do not want to sign up with Builderall, you can eventually maybe ask them to give them their page content to you, and you can go change it according to and add the keywords and everything. And obviously you can go and run it at the backside of BA. And then once you've got it perfect, you can submit it back to them so they can do the changes on their platform, wherever they are, if they don't want to go with Builderall, and charge them a fee for that. I think that would be a great option, especially if it's people that are on WordPress or something like that. And then obviously they've got it already done for them, all the writing, but obviously it's a little bit more advanced to go and rewrite everything. But Builderall makes it so easy. If you look at those things, they tell you exactly what you need to change. You don't need to be the best content writer in the world to be able to go and change and add a little bit of keywords here and there. And then you can upsell them to fix it for them to become an A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's limited. The only limit is your imagination, right? So Jackie's over here going, "Ooh, I got to upsell. Oh my gosh, I got to upsell. Oh my gosh, I got another upsell." So that's fantastic, you guys. That's what you need to be thinking, right? Is how do I get the $5 gig? Then how do I upsell them into something bigger and better by enticing them to get something else with this $5 gig? Okay, so you always want to be thinking exactly like that. How can I get more money than the $5? That's absolutely fabulous. So we're working on the foundation. You guys got to be the smart ones to figure out how you can get more money than $5 for the gigs. Okay. Fabulous, Jackie. Gabriel, go ahead.
Yeah, one more. Can you hear me? One more question I have. Is it? I've used the Fiverr before to get certain things done. I just want to make sure that we don't get in trouble with Fiverr. When we get them the report back, can we offer them in the email or somehow when we deliver the product back? Can we put in there, hey, if you need additional services or help, blah blah blah, just to pitch them again? Is that okay through?
I think you're allowed to do that. I think you're allowed to do that, but I think there's limits. And it's been a long time since I've looked at the Fiverr terms of service. So let me do that tonight. I'll do a little bit of homework tonight and see if I can look at exactly what the terms of service are, what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. So I'm sure.
Yeah, we don't want to put the numbers out there. We just want to let them know that, hey, if you need this, get a hold of me, something like that. We don't want to throw numbers because then we get in trouble. You know what I mean?
Right. And the other part is, like, if you've got a Fiverr gig that you're doing that's an SEO on-page report, and then you tell them, hey, I can do this off of Fiverr for you at this price. And Fiverr won't, they do not want that. They want you staying on Fiverr with your gigs. So we'll do a little bit of homework. You guys can help me out with that too, right? It doesn't have to be just me. You guys are all going to be mastering Fiverr as well. So jump onto Fiverr. It's been a long time since I've looked at their terms, but I will look at them again and let's compare notes tomorrow about the terms. So we'll call that homework tonight. All of you guys take a minute to look at the Fiverr terms, and then we'll compare notes tomorrow and decide what we can and can't do on Fiverr. Okay?
Thank you.
Fabulous. Any other questions, you guys? All right, let's jump back in and we'll finish up our gig. So I'm going to go to share and share again. And let me see if I can find that gig here. So I'm going to close out of that and go over here to Fiverr. So we're doing our images. Now, again, we put this image in there. I honestly, if this was my personal gig, it would not be in there. It would be way different. I would have the first image as branding me, and then the second and third image as covering real quickly in an image format, a real nice graphic on some of the things included in the SEO report. I would definitely have a video explaining the gig, and then I'd have a PDF kind of reinforcing the images up here of what's provided in the gig. But we're lazy today because we're training. And I'm going to go to save and continue. And it says, almost there. Let's publish your gig and get some buyers rolling in. So I'm going to publish my gig. And it's alive. So our studies show that promoted gigs are 3 times more likely to sell. So I'm going to go ahead and take this link and I'm going to drop it into chat, and you guys can check it out and see what it actually looks like. So I'm going to go here to all panelists and drop it into chat. And you guys now have the ability to take a look, and let's look at it together. So I'm going to share my screen and drop that in there. And there it is right here. That is my gig. It says, congrats on your new gig. What a perfect time to acquire some new skills, make the most of your achievements with learn from Fiverr. And there's some courses on Fiverr that you can take. And I think they're free if I'm not mistaken. But definitely jump into those if you get a chance. There's my crappy image right there. So it's really a bad image. But then I've got about my gig. And then I've got order details. So SEO page keyword report, comprehensive SEO report based on 1 page and 1 keyword, 5 days delivery. And it says exactly what I'm going to be doing. And then a gig quantity, if they want a 2-day fast delivery, they'll pay an extra $5. And right there is where they can pay. And then here's me. And I definitely put a better picture in there. I'd probably change my profile a little bit. And I have some contact information right there. And then here's the order details where they can actually purchase. So that is our first gig. It's very rudimentary, right? It's not anything terribly special. But you've seen like a lot of different ways that we can make it better. So we're going to have better pictures here. We're going to have a video there. We'd have at least 1 PDF there explaining the service. We would definitely be careful about our description. And one thing that you can do to help you with your description is to actually look up other people's gigs and see what they're saying in their gig. So they may phrase it a certain way or say it a certain way that prompts you to come up with some better wording on how you can do your description. So that's another thing you can do as far as research. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick. That's another thing that you can do as far as research is when you do the test, retest, and test again to make sure that you can do this gig, then the next thing you do is actually jump in and look at other people that are doing something similar. Doesn't have to be the exact same thing, but something similar, and see how they're wording it. What do they say? How do they say it? How do they market this gig? Now, I'm the world's worst marketer. I mean, I just say it like it is. I'm very scientific, right? So I'm just going to list, and it's going to be this, and it's going to be this, and it's going to be this. I'm not really good at saying, this is the most fabulous gig ever, and if you don't buy it, your life is going to be crap, right? I'm just not good at that. So look at what other people are saying so you can get out of what your comfort zone is and step into maybe some stuff that you wouldn't have thought of yourself, but you heard how they said it on a different gig and you can word it similarly. You don't ever want to copy because that's not nice, right? But you can get some really good ideas on how to word your gig. So we have gone completely through setting up the SEO on-page tool and how you would set up a gig for that. Tomorrow we'll do another tool and we'll set up a complete gig with that. Do you guys have any questions at all?
This is Donna. I got a quick question.
Hey,
How would you go about, okay, you know how when you go on Fiverr and you get on there and you don't have any reviews, how would you recommend getting some reviews so you don't look like you're just totally new?
I would recommend that you definitely take that link, that exact link that I gave you, and go into the people that you know well and say, hey, don't you need an SEO on-page report? This is only $5. Support me on Fiverr and get this gig and leave me a review, right? So then you'll have a few that go through completely like they're supposed to. You can see what it's like to do the gig, deliver it, and then get paid, right? So definitely do that. Your friends are awesome. They will jump in and help you out. And when I first started with Fiverr, that's actually how I got my first gigs done, was I just messaged people that I knew and I said, hey, can you spend $5 to go through this gig? And it's going to help me go through the process. It's going to help me see how to deliver and also leave me feedback. And I tell them every time, don't leave me good feedback. Don't leave me good feedback just to leave me good feedback. I want a true testimonial and a true star points, because I want to make sure that that I'm getting true stuff and I'm not just, getting someone to lie about me. So your friends will do that for $5. You're worth it. You're absolutely worth it. So that's how I started. Any other questions, you guys? I'm sure I could call every one of you guys and I could say, hey, you guys, I've got a new account on Fiverr and I really need you guys to jump in and buy one gig from me and leave me a testimonial and a review. I would really appreciate it. All of you guys would do that, right? Because that's what you do, is help each other. So just kind of know that as you go through this training, there's going to be a lot of you guys that jump on Fiverr to start new gigs. So you can contact each other and say, hey, can you help me out and buy a gig from me? Okay. You are each other's resources. Gabriel, I think you might have had a question.
Yeah, would it be a good idea where, just give me your input on this. If you take your laptop, you walk into you do a little bit of research in your area and you find XYZ businesses, then you take your laptop, you go to the store and they say, hey, I can help you rank better into your blah, 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 and the search engines. Would you like more traffic? So you don't open up your laptop until you get a yes. Then you tell them, well, you go to Fiverr, it's going to cost you $5 and I'll give you the $5 back. I just need a review or something.
You can absolutely do that. Here's one thing that I want to caution you about though, is you don't want to do it on your laptop because you're going to be using a service provider for the internet, and that IP will be the same if they buy it from your laptop. So they'll get a bunch of purchases from the same IP, and Fiverr will probably not like that very much. They'll think that you are stacking your reviews. So what I would do is just give them the link and have them purchase from their own laptop, or I think you can even do it from your phone now. And I'm sure you can. And
I'm just saying, my laptop is having it with me if I go. Okay, that's a good point right there. So then once they purchase, I have my laptop to run the report right there, and I'll just show to them, hey, and we can do this and this. So then I just
you can do that for sure, but don't have them purchase through your laptop for sure, because then it would look like you've got, like, say you got 10 of those in one day. That would be fabulous.
Yeah.
But Fiverr would go, what the heck is Gabriel doing? He's buying his own gig and then leaving reviews. So you don't want to do that because it's going to look hokey to Fiverr.
Good idea. Yeah, no, that's what I didn't know how the whole setup is, but that's my question. That's my point I wanted to ask you. So, but that would be a good idea. So go get on Yes, have them log into your Fiverr. You give them the link, they purchase it, you do it on the spot, and you say, hey, I'll give you your $5 back. Let's run this. As a matter of fact, I'll give you 3 times better. I'll give them a $20 discount on the whole thing.
Yeah, that's great. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's being creative. I like that.
So that's a good idea. That's good.
Yeah.
But
I like
only after we run the SEO bootcamp, then I'll do it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, I'll tell you guys that we've got some great SEO stuff on Builderall. It's funny because you'll see every once in a while people go into the Facebook groups and they'll dog Builderall and the SEO. And I've actually experienced websites that I've built that in just a couple of days they've been able to rank. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to rank for keywords like lawyer, right? If anybody expects to rank a Builderall website on the keyword lawyer, you crack me up. But you can rank on some of those long tail keywords that are not so hard to rank for. And using Builderall, you can get up there pretty quick. So our SEO is very, very powerful. It's just not going to knock it out for a major keyword like lawyer or like doctor or like dentist or something like that, because those are just, people are paying big money to rank for those. So even the word social media would be a difficult one to rank for. So you just got to be creative with your keywords, and you'll be able to rank really well with Builderall using SEO. And if you do everything on that report, we went through Certified Partner and actually watched Eric go through and create a website, run the report, fix everything on the report, and he was ranking in the first page for a long tail keyword in about 2 days. It was insane. He was ranking in the first page. So it is absolutely possible. I know it's possible. So the keyword and SEO on-page report tool is a fabulous tool. And then Builderall has everything we need to get ranked. We just got to follow the instructions on the report. Okay, you guys have fabulous tools at your fingertips for sure. Any other questions?
Can I ask you a question? Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Arlie.
Yes, I want to ask a question. Does this report work with other languages? Like I have websites which are written.
I'm not sure. That part I'm not sure of, Arlie. You'd have to test that, but I'm not sure it's adapted to handle other languages. Can you test that for me and let me know?
Yeah, because I've tried using it as we had the certified partner training on it, and I this time tried many times with the website I made, but it's always tricky to be able to be ranked in a better option for my SEO.
Yeah,
and I presume that I had to write without any accentuation of the language. Mm-hmm. In order to be able to have those words but I'm not sure that it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
maybe I don't know how really well
I have to see it tested. The SEO report may be the same situation that we have for the script generator, where it's only in English, but I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll try again, but awesome. Now it reminds me that I have been trying already in the past.
Yeah. Well,
But-
try one more time for me, and then
Okay.
let me know the next time we talk. Let me know. Okay.
Okay, because once another question, when you want to improve then the ranking, so then you checking all the things they are telling you.
Yes.
Like one of the options was, for example, that one word that I was having as a keyword was not showing in the layout name, for instance. So I could change the name of a page and change the layout name as well in order, but for some reason, even after changing this, the name now is correct, but when you look into Google, it's not showing with the name given. I don't know how long does it take.
It takes a while, and you may have to re-index with Google. So you may have to like re-register the site with Google and have it re-index it so that it can get that change.
So how do you go? You go to where in Google? Where do you index?
Go do a Google search, and I think it's register your site with Google. If you just put that in, it'll pull up being able to register your site with Google, so it can start getting it into the search rankings.
Okay, so because that was part of the improvement was suggested.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But it doesn't seem changing. So okay,
Check that out. See if that helps. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. Kanan, go ahead.
Yeah, regarding these changes, actually the Google takes time to fix these issues. And second thing, whenever you make a change in your website, you have to submit the XML again, update the XML. So within that only Google crawls. And it may take some 10 to 15 days or more to crawl it. So that takes the time. And after that only that will reflect in the Google search results.
That's true. You're
I
very
just want
right.
to clarify that because I'm an SEO expert for 16 years.
Awesome. Yep, you're right. It does take a little bit of time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. All right. Any other questions, you guys? If not, I will let you go for today. You guys did fabulous. I'm so proud of you again. It was absolutely amazing. And tomorrow we'll grab another tool and we'll jump in and we'll go all the way through testing to see if we could actually make it as a gig. And then we'll go in and add it as a gig. And who knows, we may get some work here on this really flaky one that I put up today. You never know. But we're going to keep it active. And if I get a gig, I'm going to show you how to finish the gig. And then I'll show you how to deliver and where the money ends up and all that good stuff. So I'm super excited about everything, you guys, because you are fabulous. You have fabulous input. Everybody's doing great. I'm just super excited about this class. I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. And we'll keep going tomorrow, you guys. So have a great Tuesday. Don't forget that tomorrow is Submit for Your Money Day, and Thursday is payday. So we're getting closer to payday. All right, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Shelly. Thanks for everything.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.